Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. We are back for another watch along of a real life court show, okay? Or shall I say, not really a show, but an episode, okay? It's given this is messy. All right. Now make sure you guys are coming in and you already know what to do to support the channel, honey. So make sure that you're doing what you need to do. Okay, period. But yeah, so we're about to get into this video and the headline reads that mom is requesting dad pay $900 for child support, but the kids reside with the dad. So let us get into this and see exactly what is really going on with these people and why this lady want the money, and more importantly, why the hell is the children with the daddy? So let's check it out.
The only thing I do have is a text message from her telling me 3 times that I can keep my kids and stay out of her life and she don't want them. I've been trying to get my kids for years.
Are you requesting that the father pays child support for the child Francesca,
Yes,
even though the child is currently living with the father? Is that correct?
yes,
Child support should be set at $893 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount, sir?
First of all, let me pause this because I want to read this. So shout out to this channel for putting all these details in. I'm hoping that they're not telling on the case. I hope they're not giving us more than what the hell it is that we really want to know, because we want to be surprised by some of this, right? But can I just bring attention to the AAG that was sitting up there at the top, one of the state attorneys? It's him having his hands like this as he's talking and then switching over to this side. It's boring for him. It's giving, I don't really like my job for real, but it pays me very well. It's giving, I hate that I keep having to cover these custody cases and child support with you motherfuckers. And y'all be on some hoe shit. It's giving he tired. All right. So I just wanted to call attention to that. I was like, damn, I want to tell him like be a bit enthusiastic, but at the same time, I don't want to work that man job. I don't know how stressful life be for that man. So let me shut the hell up. Period. All right. They're saying a mother is seeking to have her daughter return to her, and she is currently residing with her father. She is also requesting child support, medical insurance, and child support arrears from the father. They're also saying the father agrees that there should be no geographical restrictions, no family V issues, and the non-disclosures. And the non-disclosures agreed upon by the parties. He confirms that both children are currently residing with him, and it looks like one of the kids may have moved in with him as early as this year. Okay, so I'm not even going to get into any more of this. We're going to actually take this time and go ahead and get into the video itself and just see what's going on, honey. All right, let's do it.
Okay. That's Lonnie Mills and Gina Tedora. Please unmute and turn on your cameras. You both swear testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
yes, I do, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I believe this is a partially agreed order. The state will request to read into the record what has been agreed to by the parties. The parties agree that
I just want to let y'all know, to me on my end, the volume does sound a bit low, so you might have to turn your system up on your end, because this is really about as loud as I can get it. All right, I turned the volume all the way up, so hopefully y'all can hear.
father in this matter is currently employed and making at or about $25
Oh.
at $25 an hour, 36 hours per week.
I do want to make another announcement, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna start this over so that we can get into it, without me interrupting. But let me say this: a lot of people that watch my watch-alongs, number one, thank you guys for the support. I do appreciate it, but also understand with YouTube, they do require, girl, that you pause videos. Like when you're watching others' content, you pause it, and you of course have to talk in between. It's kind of like, I guess you could say, like a presentation type thing. I can't play the video all the way through. I know a lot of people ask that, like, can you, be quiet for a second, play the video all the way through. Sometimes, when you ask a question, it's ended up, they end up answering it anyway, right? Number one, you're getting my natural reaction. That's number one. Number two, I have to pause the video anyway. So if you would like to watch it all the way through without any interruptions, I do suggest that you go ahead and you find the video and you watch it, in your time. We do have the title of the video up there, so you guys can go ahead and find it on your own, watch it all the way through, and then you can come back and check out and get my opinion about it should you feel, that's what you want to do or whatever. But I just want to put that disclaimer out there. I'm sure I'm going to continue to get people that are going to say, can you stop pausing it? Whatever the case is, just to be a bit annoying, but I'll let y'all do whatever it is y'all gonna do. All right. But I'm just letting y'all know these are the reasons why. Okay, girl. So girl, be mad at you too. So be mad at me. But let's go ahead and get back into it.
You both swear testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I believe this is a partially agreed order. The state will request to read into the record what has been agreed to by the parties. The parties agree that the father in this matter is currently employed and making at or about $25 an hour, 36 hours per week. The parties agree that that there has been no family violence. The parties agree to continue the non-disclosures from the prior order into this matter. The parties agree to no geographical restriction. And I believe that is the extent of the agreements. So at this time, Your Honor, the state would like to call the mother in this matter. Ma'am, can I get you to state your name for the record?
Yes, it's Gina Tedora.
And can I get you to state the name of the child or children that we're here in reference to?
Yes, Dominic Mims and Francesca Mims.
And who do the children currently reside with?
They're currently with their dad right now.
And are they living with their dad or just residing with their dad?
My daughter is just residing. My son lives with his dad
And how long has the daughter, Francesca, been with the father?
since January 22nd.
And is there any specific reason why the child, Francesca, is currently residing with the father?
He took her and he will not give her back.
And the child, Dominic, is currently living with the father. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And how long has Dominic been living with the father?
Since October of 2023.
The child or children that we're here in reference
I'm
of
sorry,
the
y'all.
agreements. So at this time, Your Honor, the state would like to call the mother in this matter. Ma'am, can I get you to state your name for the record?
Yes, it's Gina Tedora.
And can I get you to state the name of the child or children that we're here in reference to?
Yes, Dominic Mims and Francesca Mims.
And who do the children currently reside with?
They're currently with their dad right now.
Okay.
And are they living with their dad or just residing with their dad?
My daughter is just residing. My son lives with his dad
And how long has the daughter, Francesca, been with the father?
since January 22nd.
And is there any specific reason why the child, Francesca, is currently residing with the father?
He took her and he will not give her back.
Now he took her and won't give her back.
And the child, Dominic, is currently living with the father. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And how long has Dominic been living with the father?
Since October of 2023.
And is it your request today that the child, Francesca, be returned back to you?
Yes, sir.
And what steps, or if any, have you taken to get the child, Francesca, returned back to you?
I've looked into enforcing the initial court order where the custodial order of joint custody is in place.
Mhm.
I have talked to Francesca. She claimed that she wanted to finish the school year out there, and that once school was over, she would like to come back.
Right. And are you requesting that the father pays child support?
So the daughter wants to finish school out there. So I'm confused. Like, are y'all living in the same city? Or at least in the same, because even if you live in the same city, doesn't mean anything. Are you guys living in the same area to where the daughter is zoned for the same school? Because that's confusing. So I'm so confused. Am I tripping? Because the daughter, okay, you're saying over there, like the dad lives all the way over there, and she wants to finish out the school year over there. So are y'all living in a place where the school, she's zoned for the same school? Or did the dad take the daughter and enrolled her in the school near him, and then she's like, I want to finish the school year over here at this school, and then I'll come back to your house over the summer. Can I finish out over here? That's interesting. Now he done took the baby and enrolled her in a whole nother school. How old these children is? Did they say? I can't remember. I feel like they teenagers.
For the child Francesca,
Yes.
Oh,
even though the child is currently living with the father, is that correct?
she
Yes.
want child
Well,
support
he owes arrears.
I'm just asking about child support going forward, ma'am.
going forward.
Yes. Well, when she comes back home, I would like for him to pay.
Oh, okay.
All right, just one moment. And if child support was to be ordered based off of the father's income, the state has calculated child support in the amount of $893. Are you in agreement to that amount?
Yes.
He must make a
And
lot
as
of
it relates
money.
to the medical, how do your children currently receive insurance? Is it through the state or through your employer?
Yes, I carry them through the state.
And just confirm you have both children through the state. Is that correct?
Yes.
I thought so.
And are you requesting?
I thought so. This thing is letting us know whenever there's any form of government assistance, including Medicaid, the state will require the non-custodial party to pay child support. Okay, so hold on. When she said, that's not what I thought that they were saying. But when she said she carries it through the state, I automatically meant, okay, so you're on Medicaid, so therefore you don't obviously make enough money, and you don't pay for the insurance at all. So whenever there's any form of government assistance, including Medicaid, the state will require the non-custodial party to pay child support. That is very interesting, and I do believe that this is in Texas. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense versus him having to pay child support and have to turn around and pay insurance for them kids when they're already covered under state insurance, which is probably going to be better than actual, insurance you pay for. Because when you're paying for the insurance, a lot of that stuff don't get covered for real. But I don't know, girl. What the hell? Let me just.
And that the children continue to receive the insurance through the state?
As long as, if he doesn't have a way to carry them, I would like to continue to carry them through the state.
And the state has calculated, based off the father's income, with both children receiving state medical, that the father should pay a total of $390 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount?
Yes, sir.
So $390 plus $800.
All right. And as it relates to the
God
child
damn,
support
that's a lot of
arrears,
money.
the state has calculated child support arrears in the amount of $13,104.47 and requesting that the father pays it back at $130 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount?
I thought we had agreed to the 14,000. There's a 14,000 because what she had originally calculated was both of the children being gone since October, and I let her know that that was not accurate. That Dominic's been gone since October, and Francesca's been gone since January 22nd, and she recalculated the number at 14,000, and I don't remember the exact amount, but.
Wow. So this man is at about roughly $1,300 he's gonna have to pay out. But some of that is his fault because like you the one that had arrears. So I don't know if you didn't have a job or what was going on, but child support wasn't getting paid, and you must have not been paying for a very long time for that money to add up to about $14,000. That's a lot, And then the state is charging the other parent to pay, I guess, towards the Medicaid, which is $390. Whew, that I feel like that's a little. I don't know. Girl, they always gonna try and get their money back some kind of way. I'm just thinking, like, I don't know if that's really fair. Is that fair? Y'all let me know. Like, he ain't even applied for the damn Medicaid. She applied for it. She put them kids on that. But hell, maybe the $390 is better than him getting the insurance through his job. I don't know. Job insurance might end up being better because they will pay a portion of it, and then maybe you'll have more providers that you can go to versus providers that are available on Medicaid. So now that I think about it, maybe the health insurance through your job would be better than what she has, and if it's possibly going to be a little cheaper, I guess I would go with my job for real, or even if it's gonna be the same amount, probably go with the job because. Depending on what the kids need, you know what I'm saying? It might be better if he just took care of that insurance.
it was a little bit more than 30.
And Your Honor, the state would like to offer into evidence what will be marked as State's Exhibit 1, which is a copy of the pay record. May we share the screen at this time, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Just one moment. This is a pay record here in this matter. And as of, March 31st, 2024, the actual calculation for the child support arrears are in the amount of $15,924.47. Are you in agreement to that amount, ma'am? And do you see that?
Yes, sir.
However, you are in agreement to provide some possession credits. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Your Honor, the state is requesting that this be admitted into evidence as State's Exhibit 1, which is again the pay record in this matter.
State Exhibit 1 is admitted.
And may I stop sharing my screen at this time, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And as it relates to the, just one moment here. As it relates to the credit, you are requesting that the father only be provided with 3 months of possession credits. Is that correct?
For Francesca, and then I think it would be 6 months for Dominic.
And that would be a calculation of $14,796.47. Are you in
Yes,
agreement
sir.
to the father paying that back at $130 per month?
Yes, sir.
On
And
top
do you
of the 800.
understand? I'm sorry, just one moment here.
So that'd be
One
$930 to
second.
her, and then $390 to the.
And as it relates to the
State.
conservatorship, are you requesting that the parties be named as joint managing conservators?
Yes.
And just to confirm, as it relates to the possession of the child Dominic, are you in agreement to the father continuing to have possession of that child?
Yes, sir.
And you're just requesting that the child Francesca reside with you. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And was that previously ordered in your prior divorce decree?
No, it was, I had custody of both of them primarily with joint custody.
So what happened with the
Okay,
son?
thank you. Now, as it relates to the visitation, are you in agreement to the father having a standard visitation agreement with the child Francesca?
Absolutely.
I'm trying to figure out how
And
the
would you
son got
be
to the dad.
requesting that you have a standard visitation agreement with the child Dominic?
Yes.
And are you in agreement to the father paying the court costs associated with this matter today?
Yes, sir.
right.
Then
I
she
believe
want her to
that
pay the
is the
court.
extent
Shit.
of the issues that are before the court. Do you have any additional information that you'd like to offer to the court as it relates to this case?
No, just I want my daughter back home.
Okay.
And as it relates to your daughter leaving,
Why did she leave? That's
you
what I
said
wanna
that
know.
you haven't necessarily taken any steps through the court to have the child return back home. Is that correct?
That's correct. I did not go to the court to get an enforcement.
Okay.
And did you contact the police to have the child return home?
Yes, I did.
And what happened with that?
I called Saxe Police Department, which is where I was residing, and they basically told me that they could do nothing because there could possibly be another custody agreement that they don't know about. But what I was told from someone else is that I could go actually to the Louisville Police Department and then get them to enforce the order. But I just I didn't want to involve the police and like traumatize Francesca or like make the situation more dramatic than it has to be.
Wait a
I would
minute.
like
Am I tripping? Did it bitch just say that she reached out to the police to see if they could do something, and then turned around and said that she didn't want to get the police involved because of how her daughter would respond to her? Which one is it?
and just to take the necessary. I didn't want to involve the police and like traumatize Francesca or like
But you
make
had
the
already called
situation
them.
more dramatic than it has to be. I would like for him just to take the necessary steps to bring her back home.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Just one moment. I'm sorry, no further question for this party, Your Honor. At this time, Your Honor, the state would like to call the father in this matter. Sir, can I get you to unmute yourself and state your name for the record?
My name is Lonnie Mills.
And Mr. Mims, did you hear what I previously read into the record that was agreed to by the parties?
Are you talking about those?
Sir, are you in agreement that there should be no geographical restrictions?
Correct. Agree with that. Yes.
Are you in agreement that there has been no issue relating to family violence?
Correct.
And are you in agreement for the non-disclosures to continue into this matter?
Correct.
As it relates to the child, Dominic, that child is currently residing with you, is that correct?
Yes.
And the child, Francesca, she is currently residing with you as well, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And how long has Dominic been residing with you, sir?
In October the 11th.
Of what year, sir?
I'm sorry. Oh, 2023.
And as it relates to the child, Francesca, how long has that child been residing with you?
January of 2023.
2023 or 2024, sir?
I apologize. 2024. My apologies.
And did the child run away and begin living with you?
No, there was a call that was made to me from her at night, just due to a lot of the activity that goes on at her house, and me as all parents protect their kids as we're supposed to do. So the stuff that she exposed to me was concerning, and she
Ooh.
asked me if I could pick her up from school because she had a mental breakdown. So when I picked her up from school, I gave her the weekend to relax before I asked her what's going on, because you just can't say you can't go back home. It doesn't work like that. So I asked her to write what was the concern was before she go home, so I know. And what she wrote down, if y'all like me to explain what she wrote down on the reason why I kept her, and I called all the necessary police departments. They
Oh,
told me to
wow.
protect my kid.
Wow. Wow. This little girl don't want to be with her mama. Girl, this is some mess. This is a lot. This is a lot. This a lot. This a lie. You reached out to your daughter, asked her to come home. The girl said she wanted to finish out the school year there, wherever there is. And then here it is, the daddy saying that he didn't necessarily like take his daughter. The daughter experienced something with the mama, called the daddy, told the daddy to come get her. He picked her up after school, gave her the weekend to chill out, whatever the case is, and then turned around, asked her, and I think daddy did a good job. I'm not going to harp on you. I'm not going to be on your back just yet. I'm going to give you the time because whatever, based on the text message, you obviously went through a lot, whatever it is, right? Then he says, I got to take you back home. So tell me what's going on so I can understand why you don't want to go. Wow. Wow. And based on what she said, daddy is over there protecting the daughter. Listen, I don't not believe this man. Okay? I don't not believe him. I do believe what he's saying is factual, because I'm still wondering why the hell is your other son not with you and left and has been with his dad since October. Okay? I don't know if the son be getting rough and tough with you, be ready to cuss you out or something. I don't know what the son be over there, the energy he be on. I'm not sure. But to know that one of your kids is already over there and the other one fled over to the dad's house or whatever the case is, I don't know. But then also, considering the fact that the daughter still reached out to the dad picked her up from school, right? Is that kidnapping? I would think it's not, considering the fact that they both have joint custody of the kids. So I would think that's not necessarily kidnapping at all. And his daughter reached out to him and asked him to come pick her up. But my question is, was there any consulting between he and the mom to let her know, hey, Francesca is feeling this way, I'm going to go ahead and pick her up after school, whatever the case is, right? Or was that his weekend to pick her up since y'all got joint custody? I don't know. But I would think it's probably not, based on the text messages that she sent, and she wanted to get picked up. So I don't know. Let's get into more.
All right, and just to confirm, her, the mother never gave you permission to get the
This is my
child. Is that
question.
correct?
Correct. But I do get them every weekend, though.
Okay.
Every weekend is already understanding that I pick them up every weekend.
And has the mother attempted
Oh, she
to
said
get the
no.
child placed back into her home?
She has called the child, and we talked a couple times. We both could not come on an agreement.
And as it relates to, give me just 1 second here. As it relates to the child, Francesca, that child is currently in school in Louisville with the other child here in this matter. Is that correct?
Correct. They both are attending schools local.
Okay. As it relates to the insurance, how are the children currently receiving insurance? Is it through the state or through your employer?
So as of right now, I did have Dominic on my Lowe's insurance, but I just got something in the mail that says that it's off. I just told the lady today that I was waiting to this court appointment date. My job is literally across the street. Uh, we had so many
I was
CPS
like, what
cases in the
happened?
past to where they end up going back. So I didn't want to put them on and have them go back. So I want you guys to know after this day or whatever is going on today is going to let me know that I need to put them on there because I can only do it on life-changing events, as you
Okay.
guys know.
Okay.
This right here is considered a life-changing event. So as of now, they're still on the state insurance.
Okay.
Dominic is on my dental insurance.
Okay.
And based off of your current employment, sir, with a gross income of about $4,333.33, which is based off of you working at $25 an hour at 36 hours per week, the state will request that you pay a total of $390 per month if the children continue on state medical. Are you in agreement to pay that amount, sir?
I do not agree with that because after this,
They're gonna
it
go
will
on
be
his
covered on me.
insurance,
I will
so
have
it's
that
like no point
100%
in
covered
paying
without
that.
no problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, sir.
That
Do you
makes
know the
sense.
costs associated with the children being covered through your employer?
Ooh.
I don't have a total cost of both of them combined. I just only have a cost for just me and Dominic at this point. As I was saying, I was waiting to this court date to move forward with getting them both covered.
I think that makes sense
So you
because
don't
if
know if the medical support would be higher or lower than the.
no, he does not know. That's what he just told you. He don't know if it's going to be higher or lower. He's waiting for you guys to give him a judgment, let him know what it's going to be, and then he will make the necessary decision. That is something that y'all can revisit at another time. Okay. Now, if you want to slap the 390 on him until he shows that he has already made the payment with them being on the insurance, then do that. But it was something. Oh, I was gonna say that makes sense though. I understand what he's saying. Like, I mean, I just got to see what it's gonna be. Whatever y'all let me know it's going to be on today. Then because it's like ain't no point if my kids have to go back and live with her primary, then I might as well just pay the 390. But if they're gonna be in my care primarily, then yeah, they could be on my insurance. And it's kind of sounding like if they're gonna be with him primarily, he slick don't want to have to do with her. Okay, so he wouldn't do the Medicaid situation. He would just put him on his insurance. So for me, I understand what he's trying to say. I hate that the state would make anybody pay, but you know what I'm saying, girl, I get it. You're gonna have to come up off that bread one way or another. And I don't know, but I feel like, well, I can't say that. I don't know what the insurance will be for a family of 3. So it would have been nice if he would have grabbed those details and had that handy for this one, or at least give the people an estimate of what that would be,
Proposed amount of $390 for state medical.
Correct. I don't know, but it's since Lowe's is a large company that most likely would be a lower fee than that.
Okay.
But I will most likely get that today.
All right, sir. The state has calculated that if the child was to be returned back to the mother, the child Francesca, that child support should be set at $893 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount, sir?
That was when the lady that before this phone call, she told me that was a combination.
Ma'am, would you be in agreement to the $893 that's been proposed?
No,
What are you requesting that child support be set at, sir?
my goal is to get my kids, so I'm not expecting a child support.
Ooh.
And just to confirm, you're stating that your request is that child support be set at $0 and that the children continue to reside with you. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
And as it relates to the
Listen.
arrears, were you able to view the
This thing that popped up and said Dad should have hired an attorney. Listen, that is all I'm thinking about when I'm watching this. Like, why do you start not have an attorney to speak on your behalf and slick fight for you? I think Dad is handling himself pretty well in this particular hearing here. But I do think an attorney would have definitely helped him out more. They're saying if the children reside with the dad, then he would be the one requesting child support be paid to. Exactly. If the kids are staying with him, she needs to come up off that bread. But I'll be honest and say I don't really see that happening, considering the fact that Miss Ma'am is on Medicaid. So she probably don't even have enough money for real to even give him anything. And with the kids residing with him, I don't know, but what I'm thinking in my head, and I don't know the law like that, girl, But I'm thinking like, yeah, he might not have to pay her child support, but he might still have to pay her for the rearage because that's what you owe from the past. He may still have to pay her that 130 every month towards that, unless the judge be like, no, we gonna break even. Like it is what it is. I don't know, but this man definitely want his motherfucking kids. Okay, period. And girl, listen, I'm here for that. I ain't mad at it. Now, I can't say, I feel like some dads be wanting their kids so they can avoid paying child support and stuff, right? But it seems like he wants his kids and his kids want him. Okay, so I don't even know if it's really about the money for real, for real. I think it's just that he enjoys his children and he wants to be with his kids at the end of the day. So, all right, let's keep going.
A record that was presented to the court previously.
Yes.
And sir, on that pay record, according to what's been provided, the state has calculated that as of March 31st, 2024, that the child support arrears in this matter are at $15,924.47. Are you in agreement that those are the arrears that are currently owed?
I don't agree, but it is what it is. I know what the state told me I have to pay. So based off that, that is valid.
All right, sir. And as it relates to those arrears, you are requesting possession credits for the time frame to which the children were residing with you, which would be 6 months of credit. Is that correct?
Yes.
If the court was to apply 6 months of credit, that would be a total of $3,384, which will set the arrears for $13,104.47, to which the state will request that you pay a total of $130 per month. Again, those would be child support arrears in the amount of $13,104.47 to be paid at $130 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount, sir?
Yes.
And as it relates to the conservatorship, are you in agreement to the parties being named as joint managing conservators?
Oh, well, he want his kids.
I don't
He
want
like,
joint.
ooh.
Are you requesting that the mother be named as the sole managing conservator?
I want to be the sole managing conservator of both kids.
All right, sir. And are you in agreement to the mother having a standard visitation agreement with the child Dominic?
Yes.
And if the child
You need an attorney,
Francesca
baby.
is to be placed back with the mother, are you in agreement to the that you would have a standard visitation agreement with the child Francesca?
Of course. When it comes down to kids, yes, no matter what it is for them.
All right, just 1 second. And would you be in agreement to the pickup and drop off to take place at the Walmart located at 425 Court Road in Plano?
Wherever it is, yes, especially for the kids.
All right. And do you understand that the state is requesting that you pay the court costs associated with this matter today?
I do not agree with that.
And could you explain to the court why you're not in agreement to paying the court costs associated with this matter?
If we look at how things are for Mills in this situation, I just been through a difficult process with paying all these fees, all telling me what I owe for my kids, and I have a majority of the time.
Ooh.
And then on top of that, the fees is just, I don't see how I'd be able to live my life with that, to be honest.
And sir, as it relates to you stating that you having the children, do you understand that per your testimony today that you've only had the children for about the past 6 months? However, there are other additional fees that were associated with amounts to which you did not pay the child support as previously ordered.
I do understand what y'all have on paper, but Gina and myself know how often I get those kids every weekend and every holiday. That's not on paper.
And did the prior order provide that you should be able to visit with the children during that time frame, sir?
The court order told us that we can come up with our own arrangements. If we start to have problems, then we will go back to the court order documents. And that's what we have done up until this point.
And the child support that was previously calculated, sir, at $893 was if both children were to reside with the mother. And it's my understanding that you're not in agreement to that amount. Is that correct?
Oh,
Correct.
And if just the one child, Miss Francesca, was to reside with the mother, the state will request that you pay child support in the amount of $542 per month. Would you be in agreement to that amount, sir?
I disagree with that as well.
First of all, I'm sorry, I have to say, y'all want this man to pay $893 in child support for a son that is living with him, and the mama even said the son is living with him, or however it was. Basically, he's with his dad long term. He ain't got to come back home. And then the daughter is just there for a limited time. So the mama say, why is y'all even asking $893 for this man in child support when he got his fucking kid? That make no sense. So now they're saying if the judge only, or if they order for the daughter to go back home, will he pay $542? Listen, if he is the man that always gets his kids and always provide for his kids whenever they need something financially, or whenever Gina needs something financially, listen, I'll push back too. I'm sorry. Feel how you feel. I will push the fuck back too. And I will have my receipts to match. I've sent her this. I've sent that. I bought this for the kids. Here are all of my receipts. And see, that's where a lot of y'all daddies and y'all men fuck the hell up. And I feel like women too that may not have their kids and got to pay for child support as well. Y'all don't be collecting y'all fucking receipts. Y'all don't take pictures so you can have them in a running file. You ain't taking a picture, uploading it to a particular email, and keeping a thread of an email of all of the interactions and money that you've sent. Y'all ain't doing a good job of managing your receipts, and then y'all get tired the fuck up, if you ask me, baby. But listen, I will be pushing back too, like, Your Honor, I've given a lot of money to this lady. I do not agree with the 542. I've given her, I wouldn't say I've given her more than that, because then they like, oh, you can manage, you can give more. I'd be like, I have given her that. Okay, in other ways, with helping out with the kids. Her light bill be a little late. Boom, I've sent her money for that. Here is the Cash App note saying power bill. That's $200. Like, listen, I would be on my shit, but I don't know if that's his situation, okay? But when I think of that, knowing that he's a man that gets his kids all the time, he probably provides for them a lot financially too, in my opinion, which is why he don't agree with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Girl, this is messy here, baby.
And then just to confirm, you are requesting the child support just be set at $0 and the children continue to reside with you. Is that correct?
I want my kids. She can have the back child support. I pay the court fees. I just want my children.
I know that's real, baby.
Do you have any additional information that you would like to offer to the court as it relates to this case, sir?
The only thing I do have is a text message from her telling me 3 times that I can keep my kids and stay out of her life, and she don't want them. I've been trying to get my kids for years.
Sir,
I've been going up and down.
You in the wrong court, baby. You need to be in a custody court, not child support court. You need some type of custody family court situation, and you damn sure gonna need an attorney. Now, some people may not need an attorney. Just have all of your evidence and everything that you can provide. But I feel like you need an attorney because a lot of times, in my opinion, and I don't be in the courtrooms like that, I've been in there a few times where I've been able to just sit back and watch people cases, child, and I get a key. But either way, I feel like the state ain't designed for you. Okay, the state don't work for you. I feel like they're going to automatically represent the mother and make things kind of appear in favor of her. And you need somebody that's going to fight for you, because you don't know the type of judge that you're going to get that's really going to hear you out. You know what I'm saying? So I think that you should find you an attorney, use some of that money, get you an attorney, and somebody that's going to fight to get your damn kids in custody with you. Show that you're doing everything. You're showing up to these teacher meetings. You filled out whatever necessary paperwork. You're on the call sheet when something goes wrong and you need to check them out. You're being the parent to do so. When they're doing different activities, you're paying for that. Should mama get out of order or something, you're showing where you filed a police report or you did. Like, you got to keep a good record of these things. But I also feel like you're going to need somebody on your side. All right, especially, and I'm only saying that because these kids seem like they just don't want to be with their damn mama. And I don't know what she's doing. I don't know if she has the bad company around her. I don't know if she has mental issues and she be going off on them, cussing them out, embarrassing them, making them slave around the house. Some parents be wanting their kids there so they can watch the other fucking siblings, the other children there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe them kids, I don't want to be no babysitter. Why I got to sit at home all day with these kids while you go out party, get high, hang with your friends, whatever the case is. So I would love to know more about why these kids don't want to be with your ass. But daddy, I don't know if he's going to disclose that towards the end to let us know more about what that text message is, was said between he and his daughter. If he doesn't, I don't blame him. Because I feel like the text message that he shares is not going to impact his child support, because that's what they're there for today. I feel like that would impact more of him trying to get custody of his kids, and having 3 different occasions where this lady has told you she don't want these kids, come get them. it's giving she has some things going on up here. Okay. And it's making me think about a family situation and what that lady had going on with herself. Like, girl, she would say that all the time she don't want the kids and stuff. By the kids, she over there damaging the shit, breaking the stuff, all of that. Like, just having her own mental shit going on. I wouldn't be surprised if these kids are dealing with the same, which is why they don't want to be around her. Okay. Same situation that I know about, and the kids crazy about their daddy, rather be with their daddy. Then her own kids that's not his children even said they rather have a daddy, meaning him, who's not their dad, but treat them like, they're his kids. Hello, they like, I'd rather be with him than mommy. It's crazy, okay? But anywho, let's get into more.
With this over child
sad.
support, I don't care about the money. I care about my kids' mental health and their school and their life. That's it. This woman has already exposed that she don't want them to me.
Ooh.
I wish I can show y'all guys these messages that I have. I would print them up if I have to. But she exposed that I need to get them and stay out of her life. That's what I want today.
Ooh, baby.
If I need to pay Jack child support, she can have that. I just
back.
want my kids.
They're going to be back in court. We're going to have to put them back on the screen.
Nothing further from this party, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna make some changes here, but y'all don't have a very simple case, so
Clearly.
it's gonna look a little unusual, I guess. But all right, so we're doing the parts y'all agreed to; those are fine. Which were there's been no family violence within the last 2 years. Non-disclosures are continued, which I don't really understand, but that's something y'all agreed to. Y'all need to figure out how to communicate better. There's no reason probably for a non-disclosure at this time, but I'll go ahead and do that since y'all agreed to that. I don't understand why there's no geographic restriction, but that's something you agreed to, so I'll leave that in. I'm ordering Mr. Mims to provide health insurance for both of the children immediately.
Okay.
I'm not ordering a medical support payment because the court order will get sent to your employer.
Wait, so I'm okay right out the gate, y'all. I don't know. I'm speaking too soon. I'm okay with that. I always do that. When I hear that you are ordering him to show this information soon, it makes me think that you might be leaning towards letting this man keep his kids. We gonna see. I could be wrong, because how else is he going to show that to you if he does not get his children? You know what I'm saying? So, girl, this is a lot emotional if this man get to keep his children.
That'll be a life-changing event so that you can add the children, both of the children, on your insurance.
Okay.
Give a copy of the health insurance card to Ms. Tedora so she can have it when the children are in her possession. Child support arrears after possession credits. And let me start here, I guess. I'm not, if the children have if only one of the two children have lived with the father, then there's no reason why child support should be paid for either one. If that's the case. So I'm trying to do what's fair here. I'm doing a credit for him from the date that he had Dominic, because at that point y'all were splitting the two, and so it's really irrelevant as to when Francesca went to live with him, at least as far as the arrears are concerned, because y'all are splitting half and half, and neither one of you should have been paying each other at that point. So I'm trying to go back in time a little bit as best I can. So the judgment for child support arrears are $13,104.47. I'm ordering that to be paid at $200 a month.
Okay.
Instead of, I think it was 130 was mentioned, but that needs to be paid at $200 a month. That's going to be pretty much our only obligation here. So you can pay those arrears off.
That's all he finna have to pay her. Didn't I say that? I said, if this man get to keep these kids, he's probably only gonna have to pay her back the arrearage, because that is what you already owed. But then the judge, it sounds like he's saying that y'all shouldn't even have to be paying that because this is joint custody. Y'all are splitting time with the kids. So you guys are both evenly putting in your share for the children. So nobody should be paying nobody shit, basically. So he was trying to go back in time just a little bit and correct some of the shit. So I don't even know how that man even got on child support to begin with. And he wasn't, I don't, what I think could have happened? They could have got that divorce, right? She could have filed for child support or whatever. Maybe at a later time they went and got joint custody, but it could have been a situation where maybe he missed court. And because he missed court, they automatically put child, because that's a disrespect to the court. He probably automatically got placed on child support. It could have been a situation like that, but that's interesting. And sir, moving forward, you need to get an attorney. Now, I don't know if an attorney can clear out the rearage and make you not pay, especially if you can go back in time, in my opinion, and show like, hey, I have evidence all the way back until X, Y, and Z, and my children are willing to testify that I would get them. You know, if you can show all the way back to the time you were placed on child support that you had your kids, and this was indeed a joint situation. I don't know if this is common or if you could even do this, but they might be able to throw the rearage out. I don't know. You have to consult with an attorney, but you might be able to get rid of it, you know. And I hate to come up against the mama. I really do. But at the same time, the kids don't even want to be with her. So obviously she's displaying some type of behavior that does not make them feel cared about, seen, loved, any of that, because the daddy is over here talking about their mental health. And your son left your ass. Girl, something's going on in that house.
You shouldn't owe any arrears at all if you're doing what you're supposed to.
Right.
We should be talking about it being a zero balance. But unfortunately, you didn't make all your payments, a significant amount of your payments.
Yeah.
Please don't talk while I'm talking. So you have to pay back what's owed. Otherwise, we'd be talking about zero being owed. So
Yeah.
that's what we got to do to fix that part. There's been no legal steps to get either of the children to go back with you, Ms. Tedora. So
This is amazing.
I don't understand why you haven't done that. There are ways to get that done. You've chosen not
Yes,
to.
Your Honor. Please understand, I have a
I'm not
with
asking.
disability.
I'm not asking. It's just
Please
a
do
fact.
not
You
talk
haven't
when he's
filed
talking.
anything. You can give me every excuse in the
Your
world.
Honor, you need to give her the same energy you gave that black man. Talking about, please do not talk while I'm talking. You need to tell her, please do not talk while I'm talking. That's what you need to tell her instead of, I'm not asking. No, be a little more ruder to her as you is to him.
But there's been no legal steps taken. You said in your testimony you chose not to. So there hasn't been anything done as far as that concerned. So I've got to make some fixes here. Either way, if Mr. Mims has both of the children, or if he only has one of the children and Francesca goes back to live with mom, there shouldn't be any child support owed from either of you.
Because it's
so
joint.
I'm stopping Mr. Mims' child support.
Ooh.
I'm not ordering you, Ms. Tedora, to pay child support at this.
Y'all saw how Mr. Mims looked up. Mr. Mims looked up like, you what? Like he popped up like, huh? I'm hollering, honey. Mr. Mims looked up like, stopping my child support. Say what? See, Mr. Mims did a good job representing himself so far because it looks like the judge is leaning in favor of him. Okay, but let's keep going.
Either of you. So I'm stopping Mr. Mims' child support.
Look at Mr.
I'm
Mims
not
looked up.
ordering you, Ms. Tedora, to pay child support at this time, but that's something we could explore again in the future with any future motions. Since we're kind of unsure what's going to happen with Francesca, then that's kind of why I'm doing that today.
He's so happy,
Otherwise,
child.
I would probably put Ms. Tedora on child support. So if that's something you want to explore, you can.
Wait.
And that's kind of why I'm doing that today. Otherwise, I would probably put Ms. Tedora on child support. So if that's something you want to explore, you can.
Ooh, baby.
But
the judge is saying that he could, because the kid's going to stay in his custody. They got joint. The kids can live with him. She can visit, whatever the case is. But the judge is saying that the dad can now put her ass on child support if that's something he chooses to explore. You know what I think is going to happen? I don't see that daddy putting that lady on child support at all. I see that dad not wanting to have shit to do with that woman. And I see him, and I could be wrong, I don't know, see him letting her do what she needs to do with her money so she can take care of herself. Do what you need to do over there for you, because I'm going to definitely take care of mine over here. That's kind of the energy I have been getting as I've been watching this, okay? He even mentioned in a text message that the lady said she wanted nothing to do with him or them children. And he said, I want to grant her that today. Do you hear what I say? So I do appreciate the fact that even though the judge did not allow him to show the evidence, he considered the evidence, because it seems like the man is like, I can show you this if you want it. So if he's willing to show it, even if he hasn't shown it, that's enough for the judge to know that it has happened. So, and I'm also wondering if Miss Tedora has been in trouble before and the judge has seen her as before, which is why he is blatantly making this decision to let this father keep his children. And then the fact that she sat up there, said she reached out to the police, but then also turned around and said she want to get the police involved to trigger her daughter. Like, girl, what? The judge and the attorney is saying like she ain't trying to do shit. She ain't trying to do that for real. So I guess what she did was forced him, like, I guess since she wasn't getting what she wanted, she forced him to come into child support court to try and up his child support, which is crazy considering the fact that the man had the kids and the kids don't even want to be with you. This is terrible.
It hasn't been 6 months as of today for Francesca, so and it's pretty close on Dominic, but that's enough time at least for me to make these orders today. So I'm not doing any child support from either one of you. The children need to be with each other, and they need to be with both of you. So we're doing visitation for the first and third weekends with mother. For both kids, they're going to go with Miss Tedora, and then both of the kids are going to go to father on the second and fourth weekend. So y'all are going to be splitting every other weekend
Like they
with
were
both
already
of the kids, so
doing.
the kids can be together, and they can be with both parents.
But
so
during the week,
if y'all want to just do every other weekend, if that's easier than counting up when the first weekend is and all that, you can do that. But they need to be together as well if Francisco was to come back to live with Mr. Dora. So kind of making a plan here that's
crazy. That kind of, it still sounds like the kids stay with the daddy because he's saying if the daughter, and I could have misunderstood this, y'all. I know y'all get together in the comments because that's just how y'all is. So it sounds like he's saying that these visitation things will really go into effect should the daughter comes back and stay with the mom, But then at the same time, they have joint custody, so it will only make sense that they get 2 weekends out the month each. But during the week, it seems like the daddy gonna keep the kids where the hell they at.
That's probably what's going to happen, but I don't know for sure. I can't tell you what's going to happen 3 months from now, so we'll see. Let's see. I said earlier we're not doing medical support from the father, and we're not doing child support. Court cost, if any, are billed to Mr. Mims. Mr. Tatum, did I miss anything there that I need to add to the ruling?
No, Your Honor, I believe that is everything. I'm just running through it as well. Got conservatorship. Conservatorship, I think we didn't address.
Yeah, conservatorship for Dominic is going to be with Mr. Mims. So have joint managed conservatorship with primary custody for Dominic only. I'm not making any orders as to Francesca today since she hasn't been there for a significant period of time as of today. So that I'm just leaving that. I'm not making any orders on that part for Francesca.
You're gonna have to get an attorney for that, for primary.
Okay. All right. That they're gonna need some time to draft the order. That's an unusual order, as I said to you earlier. Trying to fix things as best we can. Under the circumstances. If either one of you want to file further legal papers, that might be more appropriate. I'm not sure if we need it to be done now or it needs to be done maybe after Francesca's been with the father for 6 months, or if you want the child to be returned.
If you wait until this girl is with her dad for 6 months and you come see this judge, he gonna grant the same thing because it's been proven that this daughter has chosen to live with her dad, and the fact that she wants to finish out high school or I don't know, whatever school with her dad, them kids are not coming back. I'm sorry, ma'am. And it's already joint. Those kids are not coming back. You're going to have to take the L where it's at. And let me tell you something. The only issue that's going to be is when Francesca has to go see her mom on the weekends, she's probably not going to want to go. But the dad is going to have to make sure he covers himself and say, I'm trying to get my daughter to go. She's not interested in going. I just want to make sure I got my bases covered and it doesn't appear as though I'm trying to withhold my child from seeing her mom. So he got to always make sure he's on point. And I suggest he get him an attorney so that way all this evidence he can run and feed through his attorney. Keep it in a paper trail of an email so you'll have all of your documentation. But this right here going to be interesting because, ma'am, you better get to filing them court documents now, baby. You better get to filing it now, booski, because a few more months, it's going to be the same exact situation with your son. He going to have primary custody. He's going to have, I think, did they give him joint? No, I think he gave him primary, maybe he said it's joint conservatorship with primary custody. I'm not sure. But he might get full, he might get primary conservatorship as well. Not sure. But I wonder, how do you identify what those things are? Like based on situations, like what if it's a life and death situation? You know, and then you got to consult with the other parent, and like that could get real crazy. But anyway, let me press play, girl.
Immediately or
It's
whenever
almost
that
over.
is, that's something both y'all individually need to decide as far as what legal actions need to be taken. I'm trying to make as fair an agreement as of where we are today. May not be the same in a couple months, so I don't know, but I'm trying to make the best fixes we
No,
can.
it's gonna be the
All
same.
right, I understand y'all may not agree with my ruling, but that's what I think is fair, and that's what we're gonna do. And then y'all are welcome to file any other legal proceedings in the future. All right, y'all are done with court. You can press leave
Wow.
on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
Boom. So that was that, y'all. Y'all saw all of that, honey. That's crazy. I want to hear you all's thoughts and comments down below. Let me know what you guys think of this entire situation. Also, let me know if you agree with the judge's ruling as well. Okay. That's all that I got at this time. I am Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie. That's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.